Alright, Kyle. I see here that it says the Great Compromise, and it's got all of our names stabbed in at the bottom. I still have no idea what this is, and you seem to be an expert on it.
Yes, the Great Compromise is a resolution between the bigger states and the smaller states to have equal say in the new government they're forming.
Okay, so I'm assuming there's more than just this pretty slide here.
There's tons more.
Alright. So, on to the problem. This is a problem that was between Virginia and New Jersey.
I wouldn't say just between them, it was more between all the smaller and bigger states. Like, the smaller ones wanted, like, each state to get equal amount of share, but then the bigger states wanted to be based on population instead of, just the same amount for each.
So you mean in a system of equal representation, you wanted each person to have, more of a say from the bigger states? Or are you saying equal representation in the fact that the smaller states who have less people should actually have just as much say as the bigger states with more people?
Yes, because they're all forming a government together.
Kyle, you and government are confusing. So New Jersey was a whining little state who wanted to be just as equal as Virginia.
That's one way you can put it, but they just want to make sure they have, their people could have a say in the government, instead of just being outvoted by all the bigger states.
Who have more people and more of a say, Kyle. That's how it works.
Not in this form of government.
Alright, fine. So Virginia was doing it the right way, and saying that everything should be based on population in a bicameral legislation, rather than a unicameral legislation where New Jersey can push Virginia around just as much Virginia can push New Jersey around?
Yes, they want to have a bigger amount because of their population. They want to be fair for everyone in their state, for the government to have an equal say compared to the other states. Or they wanted their population to be represented to an equal amount.
So Virginia wanted everything to be based on population because Virginia's bigger and bigger's better.
That's one way to put it.
Alright, well now you're getting somewhere. But then why did Connecticut have to step in and say, wait, we need to have something different?
Because they wanted to find a fair way for both of them, so they came up with the lower house and upper house, one where it was based on population, and the other where it was based on just the state itself.
So what you're saying is Connecticut was one of those whiners in the middle.
Correct.
Alright. And they came up with this idea of the Connecticut Compromise, but of course, we don't like Connecticut, so we renamed it the Great Compromise.
Yes, because no one likes Connecticut.
Alright, so this was a legislation that had a House of Representatives
and a Senate where the House of Representatives would get 30,000 per population, one vote. Then the Senate was just based on equal for each state.
Okay, so you take Virginia's good idea of everything based on population, and New Jersey's bad idea of everything being equal, and
then you come up with this great plan called the Great Compromise.
So we can just agree that, Connecticut just wanted to avoid confrontation, right?
That's another way you can put it.
So to avoid confrontation, they went ahead and just stabbed it in at the bottom that the federal government always reigns supreme over the state government?
Yes, because they want to make sure that they're more centralized. That was the whole point of this too, compared to the Federation where it was more of the states controlled everything.
Alright, so what you're saying is Connecticut was trying to do it right.
Yes.
Fair enough.